Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Coming and sitting down because today we're talking about arguably one of the worst things ever made. And this is in the context, you know, people throw around the words worst film of all time, right? It gets thrown around a lot. Of course, there's a lot of terrible films out there. And even the one today, is it technically the worst film of all time? It just might be.
Jesus.
Damn. No!
Shit, got him. Got him. Damn it.
Start fire!
I think it just might be, because there's a lot of things you have to consider when talking about these things. First off, we're talking about War of the Worlds. It's a new Amazon Prime studio movie starring Ice Cube.
Touchdown. Touchdown. Touchdown.
All I know is we sat down, we were watching Rock of Love, we're getting ready to do season 2 video, and I kept seeing people talk about how bad this movie was, and I was like, you know what, while we're sitting here, let's just take a break and let's watch this thing. It's an hour and 20 minutes long. Sure. I can't begin to tell you how horrible this movie is. It's weird. It feels like a YouTube film, like a YouTube film back when like Freddie Wong was really big, you know, when people were making like special effects, like short films. It feels like that, except substantially worse. But what's weird as well is that War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise came out in 2006, looks substantially better, which even you could argue the whole thing of like, oh, they had way more money and all that stuff. It's like, sure, but technology has come so far to where I feel like it would offset it a bit. I wanted to make this video. It's unbelievable. And I just wanted to make this video and break it down for you so you don't have to spend time and we can laugh at this together. And this message goes out directly to Ice Cube. How could you possibly need this money to do this thing? I have to know at what point. I mean, this is irreparable damage to Ice Cube's career and him as a person. I don't know how you actually went through with this. Fire your agent. Fire your agent immediately.
Oh no.
There's a lot to unpack at the beginning of this film. Starts off, kind of reminded me of that horror film Unfriended, where it starts off and it's like a person logging on to their computer, and the whole film takes place from a desktop. Even in Unfriended, which is also a very terrible movie, you at least have the webcams make sense because they're on Skype talking to each other. Ice Cube logs into his computer. He works for the DHS. When he even logs in, it says his name is William Radford. He's a domestic terror analyst or something like that. Just kind of weird. And that's just, you know, it's just trying to give you information without doing it without him basically being like, I'm a domestic terror analyst. But it still feels as loud and as stupid as that. I mean, even on his desktop, there's like a little program called Guardian, and there's just a picture of his son, David. It's just David_09. It's just one of those things that, like, there's a son. And the big difference between this film and a lot of other films that go into this, which I have to remember from Unfriended, pretty sure in Unfriended, it's just you get the Skype call and it cuts to them and it uses the vignette of the desktop to showcase all these people. Immediately in this movie, like the zooming and moving in around the desktop is not only jarring, but it looks so stupid. And so, like, I mean, it legitimately feels like something that like a high schooler would make. Amazon Studios made this. Okay? Ice Cube's job is to just scan every camera in the world and look for terrorists. That's what he does for like about a minute. Is him drinking a no-branded coffee cup, basically just highlighting people and spying on them. And you immediately felt like, oh, the government's spying on us, and that you can. It's just very heavy-handed. Like this is what the movie's gonna be about. You don't really know how stupid it's gonna get, but you kind of have a gist of, okay, you know, he's using the government's technology of spying on us to basically find out about this threat, right? And he pulls up in his little like terrorist app or whatever, he pulls up like a group, like people he's watching, and the names on this spreadsheet are so fucking stupid. It's Black Cat, Dark Overlord, Thelma and Louise, Scattered Spider, and the only one with a profile picture, Disruptor. All right. Oh yeah. So he's sitting there, he's doing his job. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys. And then Sandra from NASA calls and she's like, hey, you should watch this. And it's just this huge fucking storm. And then basically, it's just them basically like, something isn't right.
Something is way off.
Yeah. Well, I got bigger fish to fry than watching clouds.
And Ice Cube, they could not have had him for more than a day. This movie is full of ADR, which is basically like you recording your lines after the fact. It's like pickup audio, but I'm almost 99% positive they probably use AI generated voices of these actors in maybe half of it.
Storms the world experienced were from thousands of meteors blasting through the atmosphere.
Stand by, I'm rerouting her sail to our satellite.
They're looking around. Ice Cube's like, something's not right. It's like, yeah, dude, look at the fucking footage. The film also does this. It takes a lot of like B-roll from like actual news broadcasts and stuff, or even like the Palisades fire. Other weird, like there's a lot of footage where you're like, it feels really tasteless that they're using. But then Disruptor, who was on the list, is having a live stream. Ice Cube starts to sit in on it and he's watching the Disruptor talk about it. And he's like, oh boy, I'm going to catch you. And he's trying to basically track his location. But while he's tracking this supposed terrorist who's on a watch list, he's also using his cameras to spy on his daughter, and he's like calls her at the cafe because she bought a muffin, and he's like, come on, you know muffins are bad for you.
Really? A muffin?
She's like, Dad, come on, you could have had an egg.
Dad, how many times have we been
One
through
hard
this?
boiled egg.
And it's the worst fake pregnant belly. His daughter Faith has the single, I mean, it's horrible. It looks so low. It looked like she had flat abs, and then they just put like a bump like basically near her like upper pussy area where it's like, is it supposed to be that low? I feel like it's not supposed to be that low. Then we get introduced to his son because his son spends $250 on Steam, and he hacks his son's computer and deletes the game, and that's when his son calls him.
Yo, did you delete my game?
You know you're wasting your time with that game.
This is where you find out immediately that they have no sets, and they paid these actors to sit, and maybe the one like Ice Cube and the other guys who have been in movies, they're not moving out of their seated positions, but they're gonna have actors like walk around. It's just all gonna be from webcams, and my God, it's so lazy. That's the thing too, is like it might not be the worst movie, but I would easily consider it one of the laziest movies I've ever seen. Anyways, he deletes his game, and Ice Cube tells his son Dave that he needs to get a real job. And his son gives him some weird shit where he's like, gaming is my job, Dad. And he's like, come on, boy.
Dad, playing video games is my job.
And he like hangs up the phone. Also, he's tracking this terrorist the whole time while he's having these interactions with his children. This is the most irresponsible way to spend your time. I can't tell if it's supposed to be like, you know, that cliche at the beginning of found footage movies where it's like, we need to spend the first 20 to 30 minutes of like us joking around, we're pounding around, and this is the camera, this is how it works, we're setting up all this stuff, hey, we're all wacky, to where then it's like, yeah, later when they die, you're gonna feel real sad. It felt like a little bit of that. Ice Cube is flying a drone. Also, he like there's like basically childish maps of cities, and he just gets to like click on icons and go. It's like it's like an iPad for children where they get to just click on stuff, and he's like, all right, I'm in the drone now. And then he gets a call from his daughter's boyfriend, Mark, who is an Amazon delivery driver.
Amazon.
There's gonna be a lot of Amazon references in this movie. Don't worry. And I really can't emphasize enough that he's like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna hack this person.
You are officially bam. Bam.
That was easy.
And he like goes and looks at his daughter, and you're like, what the fuck? What is this movie? What are we doing? He's like, okay, I gotta make sure that she's okay. It's why? For what reason? I don't know. Yeah, and then she like changes her password, and he just like types in, he's like, I need this password, and the thing just generates the password, and I'm like, I don't think that's how it works. It's one of those things where it's like, you could tell whoever wrote this really had no idea about hacking or technology in that way, and they're just like, he works for the government, they have crazy technology, right? It's just so stupid. And it ends up like getting into her computer and reading text between Faith and her boyfriend Mark, the Amazon guy, and basically they're like, he's probably seeing a drone to watch us, and he's like, damn, I am.
Damn.
Then Mark says something like, one day you're gonna save the world, and then he sends her a link to an article that she's in, and it's like, biologist creates cannibal code to attack 6 cells. Just foreshadowing. You just got foreshadowed. But also it's just like, okay, so his daughter is like this super biologist who's dating an Amazon delivery driver. Yeah, well, which it's not like that's totally impossible, but it's just funny. He's like, you're gonna save the world one day, babe.
God, think about it now. Yeah, that's so cringe.
It's so stupid. It's so dumb. It's so cringe. Ice Cube goes to his dead wife's Facebook page, and the banner is like clearly an AI picture of Ice Cube and his like kids. It's very uncanny Ice Cube image. And he messages her, "I miss you." And you notice that he messages her 1 year apart exactly. So it's like today, 1 year ago, 2 year ago, 3 year ago. And there's a voicemail, and the voicemail is just a 4-second clip of an AI woman basically being like, "Don't forget to pick up the groceries and watch the kids. I love you."
Remember to take out the trash today and be nice to the kids. I love you, baby.
And he's like, "Damn."
Yeah.
Which that's what Ice Cube says that a lot in this movie. God damn. Ah, damn.
Oh, shit.
And then to show that time elapses, the clock on the bottom of the screen, there is a crossfade of 20 minutes going by, 10 or 20 minutes going by. You could just do a cut and be like, "Oh yeah, I got, time has gone by." And then it cuts to like an FBI agent getting out of a car because they found the hacker that he's been tracking on the computer while he's been bickering with his kids. So Ice Cube is like going around there. He's like, "Here, let me go inside this building and hack the security cameras." And he's clicking around, and they're all like videos of like people inside. One of them's like a baby hitting another baby with a bag of dog food or something.
Yeah, it's like, oh, wrong one.
And he's like, "Oh damn." And he clicks the next one.
Little punk.
And then when he clicks the disruptors building, it's just a feed that's just the same like hooded like anonymous guy, and it's like, are we led to believe that's the view, like the guy sitting in his apartment like with the hood up? Like, it just doesn't make any fucking sense. While the police are raiding that building, Ice Cube gets another video from Sandra from NASA, and it shows lightning in the sky, and she's just like, "Hey, the weather's actually still really bad." Damn. And then like all the videos they're showing of the weather being bad, like the lightning is over the trees, and it's like really superimposed very poorly in this deal. And like one of them looks like God is like tearing open the sky. And he's like, "Okay, I'll call you back." What? What do you mean? But it turns out that the terrorist, the disruptor, used a decoy, and while this is happening, missiles start flying through the sky. You're probably like, this feels like a lot of random vignette. This is exactly how I felt watching it.
I will say the movie does not slow down.
The movie, not only does it not slow down, it's just kind of like it's giving information in a way you're like, "Oh, what's that? Okay. Oh, what's it? Oh, there it goes." It's that. I can't tell if from the old War of the Worlds of Tom Cruise, which Tom Cruise is kind of like a deadbeat dad who hasn't really been there for kids. He has a very strained relationship with his kids. But through this movie, he kind of like proves to them that he's a good father, and he kind of like steps up and becomes the dad that he's supposed to be. It's a good movie. I like the original War of the Worlds, even though the ending, I think they all just like catch COVID and die.
With the aliens?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the kids.
No. But it's done in a way where that motivation is the core around the entire film. Yes, aliens are attacking, but it's really about Tom Cruise trying to be a good dad and save his kids in the midst of this thing. That's what it's about. This movie is like, he has a dead wife. He's trying to like, I guess, protect his kids. He's mostly just spying on them. I didn't really think that he was doing anything beneficial besides being like a nosy dude who hasn't like, I think they legitimately said he hasn't left his job in like a year. Like, he's been staying at the office.
When's the last time you left the office?
That's classified.
But then the movie pivots real hard when you find out what these like when the aliens come to Earth, what the aliens want. Ugh, God. So missiles anyway start attacking Earth, and there's a lot of like motion with camera shake. It's really cheap, but God, this CGI. Oh my God. It looks like, a DreamWorks movie from early 2000s or something. The smoke is so like bubbly and cartoony. There's tons of stuff happening, and then when they show stuff in the real world, it's like they're just filming on a street in California somewhere. So all this crazy stuff is happening, but nothing around them is reacting in any way. It looks so bad. A news report was outside and gets annihilated by a missile. That's pretty funny. The editing and the special effects, just the sequences are just, it's so obnoxious, and you just keep cutting back to Ice Cube, who's just in this little vignette, and it's just him being like, "No!
God damn.
God damn! No!" Even that's too much motion. No!
Yeah, he was not giving it his all.
No! I need to know how much he got paid.
I was looking for the budget. I can't find it.
They're keeping that shit locked up tight. If I was a betting man, all right, with all the talent that they have, because there's like some people that have been in some stuff. I'm guessing 15 million. In terms of movie money, that's not a lot, but still.
I was gonna say 5, like $1 million to Ice Cube.
No, it's got to be 15. I mean, like, I'm doubling it. 30 million is what I legitimately believe, actually. God. So Sandra from NASA is calling her, and she's like running through her office. She's like, "Can you believe this?" And there's like a guy in the background who just like casually walks by. It's like there's so many of those little moments in the movie where it's like, yeah, so they talk to the actor and they're like, yeah, so run down frantically down the stairs, and they're using a commercial space or something. So then the guy is like, I don't give a fuck, and he just like walks by. Looks so stupid. Ice Cube's building gets hit and he starts to panic and spies on his daughter again. He can't find her, and then he finds out that she's like under her desk at her job, and then like a weak signal thing pops up, but it's just an overlay over the actual video, but you can still see her like perfectly moving around. So it's like, is the signal weak? Ice Cube ends up calling his son, and he's running through the streets. Very, very funny. He's sitting there. He's like, "Run, boy, run!"
Listen to me. Get out of there. Now. No. You gotta get out. Keep running. Go.
And he's running through, and the kid keeps like looking at the camera like, he keeps using these tools to help him, but it's just like the technology is so not believable, in the point to where it's gonna be like, in 5 years this is gonna look even dumber. Like, just have him type on something and be like, "Oh yes, you should go here." Don't even show the interface. The interfaces look like old Pac-Man maps. Take a right.
Take a right now.
And so it's like, it freezes on Dave's face, and you think he's dead.
This video is sponsored by Cook Unity. Summer is winding down and it's almost time to get back to the grind. But God, it's hot! Which means I don't want to be heating up my oven and doing too much hot stove bullshit. Luckily, Cook Unity provides meals that are diet-friendly and designed by award-winning chefs. And Cook Unity include high-quality ingredients and are ready to enjoy in just a few minutes. Plus, with Cook Unity, I don't have to worry about grocery shopping, waiting in lines, or chopping onions, saving me a ton of time and money to get the important stuff done. The best thing about Cook Unity is the variety. Ooh! With hundreds of weekly meals to choose from, I get to try new foods out in a non-stressful environment and also have fresh takes on old favorites. Try new food with less stress. I want to try this, but God. If you need options for vegan, gluten-free, or paleo, Cook Unity has options for that as well. Save time and eat well. Go to the link in the description now to try Cook Unity and get 50% off your first order of chef-made meals delivered fresh to your door. That's 50% off your first order when you click the link in the description or use my code PAPAMEAT to try it out. Thank you so much to Cook Unity for sponsoring this video.
And then Sandra goes up to one of the meteors outside. She's like now out of the city. And there's like a giant, she's like, this thing's like 30 feet tall. It's like a meteor. And she's like touching it. I'm like, you work for NASA.
She's like, "Oh, it's cold."
She's like, wow, it's cold.
It's freezing cold.
Like, don't you think that there'd be like radiation or like, would you touch that? While she's touching, like, it's cold. This like horrible VHS looking like special effects tentacle comes out of it, and it looks like a PS1 graphic. And they try to add glitches to the camera to like hide it, you know, but it's like, why is the phone glitching? It's just it's little moments like that where in the edit they're like, that looks really bad. throw a VHS glitch over it. But it's an iPhone, just throw the VHS glitch over it. Basically, by this point in the movie, it's insane that you're 20 minutes in and you realize I still have like an hour or an hour and 10 minutes to go.
This was a slog.
It's one of those films where I'm like, is it actually fun to watch? Because I feel like I was just screaming at the TV the whole time. There's the only thing that makes it funny is the line reads by Ice Cube are really funny. When he says like, "God damn." Damn. Or damn. That's good every time. A lot of the shots don't make sense in the editing because, once again, we're led to believe that's all found footage and we're seeing stuff through people's camera. So whenever the girl who's like the police officer that Ice Cube was talking to earlier, she's like out in the street, she's recording the monster, but then the film cuts to her reaction. She's like, holy shit. And it's like as if she like flipped the camera around to say that and then flips it back, but it's just done in a way where it's a cut and then she just gets eviscerated with a laser. And then, you know, once again, you hear Ice Cube, "No!" or "God damn!"
Oh my God.
The aliens start coming out of the ground, but once again, it just doesn't make sense. Also, it's just like static 3D models just tweening upwards like that. One of the aliens comes out of a boat, but yet it's being like there's just rubble, like it came out of like the earth. So it's like coming out of like a boat in the ocean, but it's just like covered in like dirt and shit.
Well, it's like a 3D asset they bought.
Well, yeah, it's like they just had it tween up, and they're just like putting some drop physics on it. It's okay. I mean, it's so lazy. Ice Cube once again has another funny. It just I cannot emphasize it enough. He hits an infamous, damn. His daughter calls him, and she's getting attacked by the alien, which is funny. She's just outside. So this whole thing's happening. She's just outside, and that's when Ice Cube's like, what are you doing outside?
What are you doing outside?
Get away from that thing! Run!
Get away from that! Run!
And she's just like I don't know, 20 feet away from this giant monster. What are you doing by that thing? It's like, what do you mean? It's so stupid. The alien shoots a laser, or it shoots down like a helicopter, and it crashes, and then you fake out that the daughter died again. And then he pulls up her heart rate, which maybe you could maybe say she's wearing like a Fitbit or something, or like an Apple Watch or whatever that can keep track of that shit. And he's like, which I'm not a doctor, Nick. Oh, you need to calm down. Your heart rate's too high.
Your heart rate is way too high. Don't you move, okay?
And it's at like 98.
Yeah.
Isn't cardio like a standard cardio heart rate like 120 to 130 something? I thought a dangerous heart rate's like 180s. Is that wrong? Fact check here. But also, so the thing hit. There was no one else around her, by the way. She like raises the phone up. It's still crystal beautiful. It looked like a beautiful day to film. Just want to say that. She has, I think, like maybe a smudge on her cheek, but that's it. There was a huge explosion right by her, and they're not covered at all. They like we're just kind of like, we don't. There's no makeup. Then she's sitting there and she gets up. She's like, Dad, I'm hurt real bad. I got this in my leg.
How are you? How's the baby?
Oh my God, it hurts so bad.
Okay, stay calm. Stay calm.
It's like this like piece of, I don't know what, like a fucking Duracell battery in her leg or something. Probably the funniest moment of the movie is Ice Cube being like, I'm on my way.
Here I come.
And he gets up and runs over, and he's like, damn, the door's locked. They locked me in.
Damn it. Lockdown.
And he's like shaking, like shaking this door. I feel like you could bust down this door, but then he just sits back down. He says, all right, I'm gonna figure something out. And then he hacks into a nearby Tesla. His daughter's able to like hobble in. We've seen these robots shoot lasers and destroy things, but the Tesla just drives off and the thing doesn't shoot it or anything. He just does, man, that was close.
Man, that was close. Hey, listen to me. I got you.
The hospitals are all full, so he takes her somewhere else.
Well, that's what's funny. The hospital's awful. Don't worry, I'll take you somewhere else.
It's almost like, yeah, it's almost like you're going to Texas Roadhouse for dinner. It's like, I don't have it. It's all full up. Let's go somewhere else to eat. This is also a great part too, because she's in the back of the Tesla. There's all these different screens, and she says, there's so much destruction, and they're driving on perfectly clean roads. I don't know why you would use these angles. There's one of like the steering, the dashboard. You see out, and people are driving normally. Like using real footage of just like an LA street, and it looks like a beautiful day. Makes no sense. It's so dumb. I know for a fact the editor or the director was just like, they're never gonna look up there.
Yeah, it's in the corner.
It's in the corner. They're gonna be focused on her. Look, she's bleeding her leg. Could you have not have just focused on the back seat cam? That's it then? And then you can you can kind of see out the windows, but whatever. Just get rid of all the other shit and get rid of Ice Cube's goofy ass face and every shot just. Damn. While this is all happening, the world is ending. Pretty much, right? There's an alien attack, and Ice Cube keeps bringing up like family drama at the worst time, to where it's just like they're really trying to force that like dad arc story plot, and it just doesn't make any sense.
You think you have the power to keep the world safe. You gotta wake up. You don't have any power.
Like trying to have an intimate conversation, there's nothing intimate when it's all over a phone, right? You're not in front of somebody interacting with them. So now it all feels just like fabricated and extremely forced. And at every instance, you're just like, why are you talking about this right now? Are you concerned about your daughter dying? And he's just like, I should have been a better dad. The Tesla only has 2 miles left of battery, so then he like hacks a program. He turns everything on low power mode, and it gives her 19 miles, and he literally does. Ice Cube does a Zoom call with the president and he's reading a script. When I say that this is might be the worst line read in film history, I would put my money on it. So much so that I'm going to play a large part of it here.
Mr. President, gentlemen, we're seeing a full attack on our infrastructure, on power grids, water, communication, and top-level military targets.
I can't tell if it's him reading a script that's in front of him and just kind of being like, they're going to be stronger in numbers, so we have to do that, like he doesn't care, or if they're just using an AI script prompter and then they do that.
It's hard to tell.
It's extremely hard. If that's Ice Cube acting, I mean, the president just says like, well, I guess you're right. We have no other choice. I'm saying go to war with the aliens. And then Ice Cube's like, yeah.
I see no other option to initiate this war of the worlds to save us all.
The president, I believe, says it's going to be a war of the worlds, okay? Which is extremely cringe and on the nose, but I couldn't tell. I thought it was a nod to, today we celebrate our Independence Day, from the Independence Day movie in the 90s.
Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
But then it's like everywhere. The president's calling it War of the Worlds. And it's like, name the movie. The world starts basically like attacking the aliens and killing them really easily. And then you get a great montage of Ice Cube's most embarrassing lines where he's like, yeah, take that.
Got him. Got him. Woo, hell yeah. Take your intergalactic asses back home. Back home.
And then he immediately cuts back. He's like, what the hell do they want? Which felt like an insert because I'm like, they never really asked what the aliens are doing. So it's just like a hard cut of him going, the hell do they want? So we are not even halfway through the movie, okay? And while the world is fighting, Ice Cube checks in on his daughter again and sees, you know, the Tesla's full of blood. It's empty. She's like, oh my God. He goes through and basically Ice Cube has to call her boyfriend Mark. They just record over his lines again because they're just like, no one's gonna care. Everyone's gonna hate this, so let's just record over it.
I'm almost there, Pops. You better be. You call me as soon as you get there, okay? I will.
Sandra from NASA calls and gets blasted with sound waves. She holds her head while filming a selfie of herself. It's pretty funny. She's like, ah! The aliens are just standing by buildings, and then once again you get another good Ice Cube. What the hell are they doing? And they're just standing by like a building. He's like,
what are they doing?
Also, he keeps taking his glasses off and putting them back on. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
He does a lot.
He's got to do something. He's at a desk.
He's at a desk the whole movie. So Dave, Ice Cube's son, calls Ice Cube and tells him that Goliath, a secret government program that Ice Cube doesn't know about, who works for the government, is real. But Ice Cube says it's crazy. He's just like, man, that's fake news.
It's called Goliath.
That's fake news.
Think about it.
Sandra, the NASA bitch, once again calls Ice Cube and shows a shot down alien, which by this point in the movie too, you just think about it, I'm like, is Ice Cube the only person in this department actually working? Because she's like, I need to get intel. And I'm like, why is there no one else around helping anybody? So then Sandra goes up. She's like, oh yeah, look, it's weird. I'm gonna go inside.
It looks like it smashed its way into the building. I'm going in.
And then she goes inside and she's attacked by a bunch of bugs.
Oh my God.
Sandra.
They're in my clothes.
Sandra.
And that's when you find out that the world is getting cyber attacked for their data. The aliens came to Earth to eat our data.
The machine's destinations appear to be top secret government data centers.
Whoever wrote this was like, fuck, just like a parallel of companies right now with us. Our data is being constantly stolen and sold to people. Holy shit. The parallels. And then also it's supposed to be like, yeah, the same way that fucking Ice Cube's spying on us and collecting our data. The War of the Worlds people are doing that too. Holy shit, that is gold. I just want to ask, what would an alien do with our social security number?
Well, especially if they're destroying the world. If everyone's gonna be dead, it's like, what's the point?
If you're killing everybody, what does our personal data give you at all? What? I think that it's supposed to be that they can like control like our airplanes.
Well, that's the thing. The airplanes start crashing because the data's being eaten.
Because the data's being eaten. So planes are falling out of the sky, which there is a Boeing nod to that too. So I'm like wondering if they're like, And then someone says the military is sitting ducks without their data.
The military are sitting ducks and being slaughtered without their advanced digital systems.
Faith, Ice Cube's daughter, took out a piece of shrapnel from her leg. First, I was just gonna say she's a superstar biologist that we found out is gonna save the world. And then she says, I thought I could stop the bleeding if I took it out.
I thought that I could stop the bleeding if I took it out.
I am a borderline retarded man, Nick, and I know that if like I got shot with an arrow or got shot, you don't take it out because that is stopping the blood loss. Which then her Amazon boyfriend takes out clear tape and decides to fix it. Ice Cube's like, no!
Mark, no! You gotta get something else, man. You need a tourniquet.
Trust me. I'm a pro.
I think it's supposed to be funny that like him packaging boxes is helping that, which that's not the only time that him working at Amazon is like saving the day. We're finding more and more that him conveniently working at Amazon is like actually extremely beneficial to this entire story, which newsflash to Amazon, don't do that when you're producing the fucking movie, dumbasses. So Sandra cuts back, even though the last time we saw her, her like face was getting eaten by bugs or something. But she's like, hey, sorry I did that. I have pets now. And she drops like a little mason jar that has 3 of these little data bugs in it, and they just go over to this SD card, and they're like, and that's when Ice Cube's like, why are they going after the chip?
Why are they going after the chip?
And then once again, it's like, oh yeah, they eat data. Oh, damn.
Holy shit.
And we get another montage of the world going to shit.
Tanker ships around the globe are frozen without any GPS data, and oil rigs are combusting.
This is terrible.
And we see a plane crash with really shitty CGI. I bet you they were literally flying out of LAX, and they're like, oh yeah, we need that for the movie. And they just record it with an iPhone. All right, yeah, send this to the VFX guy or something. Send it off. And then that's whenever even the news sources say this. They say the world is in complete chaos without our precious resource, our data.
We are in utter chaos without our most precious resource, our data.
Shit.
The data around the world is getting deleted. So Ice Cube goes to his wife's Facebook page and he sees all of his old messages getting deleted. And then he's like listening to the voice message again and it goes, and then gets deleted.
Remember to take out the trash today
And be nice to the crew.
Like it's a tape melting. Yeah. I was like, I don't think that works like that, but fuck! And then we get a cryptic message from the hacker. Data is food for the superior intelligent aliens. Disruptor. Who are you, Disruptor? Tell me.
The government knew this would happen, and they activated Goliath anyway.
But then he sits there and he does, oh, wait, why does that sound familiar? He said something earlier to where his son said that line. He's like, wait, what? But it's like a very generic line to where I'm like, I feel like anybody could have said that.
If they locate Goliath and consume its data, the world will return to the Stone Age. The invaders won't stop until they have it all.
Takes the audio and like decrypts it. And then it turns out that Disruptor is his son, Dave.
Won't stop until they have it all. Won't stop until they have it all. Won't stop until they have it all.
Everything on it, and it won't stop until they have it all.
Won't stop until they have it all.
He does, ah!
It's you! It's you!
My own son's hacking the government. It's you? And he does, yeah, Dad.
Well, yes, kind of.
How could you, man?
He says, the past is the past. I'm ready to work together. Are you? He just, I'll call you back.
Look, the past is the past. I'm ready to work together now. Are you?
I gotta go.
and then Dave sends Ice Cube all the files in the Goliath program, and you find out that the Goliath program that he was talking about earlier is like a super secret ultimate surveillance system that the US government made to where they can like predict people's actions. But then the file folders also have like Rothwell files for aliens. They have the Skinwalker Ranch folder for some reason, UAPs, all these files where I'm like, it's just like kind of like, yeah, every conspiracy is because of the Goliath program, Dad.
Goliath. Damn.
And then Ice Cube once again coming in with another solid line. They collecting data. That's what brought them here in the first place.
Collecting data? That's what brought them here in the first place.
He's like, my son was right. They've been lying to me the whole time.
Dave was right. They lied to me the whole time.
Lazy movie! If you see a picture of Briggs, everyone else is blurred out, by the way, because it's a real photo and they had to Photoshop the guy in. So everyone else's photos like blurred out. And he's like, oh, damn it. Briggs is in on it the whole time.
Holy shit. Briggs is behind the whole thing.
Who's like a government guy that's working with him too. And he's like smiling. So you find out Goliath is real, and it's what's caused aliens to come to Earth when it was activated. It's so powerful that it sent out a signal to the aliens, and they were so tantalized by our data that they came to Earth. After the call, he calls Briggs, and he's like, "You did it." He's like, "Haha, yes, it was me."
Y'all know all about Goliath.
Wow, you did it.
Which also his motivation seemed so stupid.
Government's like mommy and daddy. If we can't track our babies, how can we protect them?
Is that what this is about?
Not the humans, though. We're worried about the aliens. He's like, yes, haha, but it was me. And I am going to use it still. I'm evil. And then he denies access to the cube. And the cube is like, I'm locked out. And then his hacker son says, want to play a game? And he does, hell yeah. And his son gives him access again. You weren't the only one keeping an eye out, Dad. And he does, you clever little shit. I love you, boy.
You clever little shit. Love you, boy.
Ice Cube gets an update from Mark because Faith, she was dying before, but he duct taped her leg. And he says, our baby girl's doing fine. And it's just like a picture of him like... And then she's in the background smiling. Dave and Ice Cube come up with a plan to poison the data for the aliens, or poison the food, pretty much.
We gotta poison their food supply, okay?
And Dave says the government are bad hackers, and Dave's gonna go get his hacker pals to come and make a virus for it. The disruptors, they talk to Ice Cube and they're like, I'm not doing it unless he gives us immunity. So the Ice Cube literally highlights all of their names, right clicks and deletes, and says, done. That's as easy. That's it. Your files, no more. We get another time lapse, and Ice Cube created a video to call out Briggs, and he photoshopped his face on the disruptor image. How did he possibly have time to edit this video together? Also, this man is multifaceted. He's leading a government organization, he's an audio engineer, and he's a professional video editor and special, basically motion designer. He's pretty impressive. Ice Cube launches the virus to the aliens, but the aliens are hacking. The aliens hack them back. And then the other hacker's like, oh no, my data's being drained.
They're eating our data. My data's being drained.
They're gonna find Goliath.
It just, once again, you can tell that the people, whoever wrote this, they heard some buzzword in articles or maybe read something, but they have no idea what the fuck is going on. The disruptors get their IPs exposed, and basically they all just get blown up.
Get out of there!
Yeah. Oh, Starfire! And they all get blown up. Oh,
Starfire!
Ice Cube stands up and starts yelling after his son Dave gets vaporized. This is the second time that his son has supposedly died, and he stood up and had to be like, damn!
No! No!
He starts crying, but Dave calls him back, and he's like, oh, come on! And his son's like, damn, that was crazy.
That was freaking intense.
His reaction was so lackluster.
Well, it's weird because it's like Dave calls him, he picks up, call dropped, and then you're like, wait, what's going on? And then he picks up again, shows his room, and then he comes in, he's like, oh man,
yeah, come on,
my god, man.
And then Dave takes down a green screen, and he's been somewhere else, and then Ice Cube has a funny moment where he's like, they blew up my house, why didn't you route it to Brian's house or something? I don't have alien insurance.
They blew up my house, man. Why couldn't you run that signal through Brian's house so they can blow his shit up? I don't have alien invasion insurance.
Sandra from NASA calls. She has perfect makeup, besides a black smudge on her chin, and she's like, yeah, it's been crazy.
I mean, look, there's even DNA.
DNA? Oh my god.
Ice Cube calls Faith again and asks for the cannibal code that she was working on because Faith would know how to make that. Faith's like, my virus solution will work on these guys, but we need to put the formula on a hard drive.
Doesn't make sense.
Also, just because... What? Yeah, Faith asks, how will we do that? And Ice Cube says, I'll worry about that.
We upload it to Goliath.
How would we get it into Goliath?
I'll worry about that.
They keep showing tons of AI videos and shit. The US government wants to bomb the DHS building that Ice Cube is in. Pretty funny. He's like, oh damn, they're gonna blow me up.
Well, because the Goliath is underneath.
The Goliath, he's like, the Goliath's underneath me, but they're gonna blow up the Goliath building he's in. Ice Cube will inject the code himself, but it's a suicide mission. So he writes an email to his kids and he schedules it. So instead of just sending it now as if they're gonna have time to look at the email, he's like, all right, so I'll schedule it in I don't know, tomorrow. And he sends them a folder of keep them safe photos, and they're just like all like secure. It's like weird screenshots from surveillance videos.
Well, that was the weird thing. It seemed like it was all from that day.
Yeah, where I'm like, what does that mean? Keep them safe? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? The code is ready, but Ice Cube doesn't have a thumb drive, and everyone else comically has a thumb drive except him.
I don't have a thumb drive.
What do you mean you don't have a thumb drive?
So this is the solution. To get the thumb drive of code to destroy the aliens, Mark, the Amazon driver, is going to use a drone, which he dubs the future of delivery.
Prime Air.
Prime Air.
Oh, it's the future of delivery.
He's going to fly it to Ice Cube. The DHS building. That's the plan. And then he said something like, "Yeah, their training programs are really good.
They've been training us for months."
Like it's like it never badmouths Amazon. It's really good, and I'm you know I can make this thing fly like an eagle.
I fly like a bird. I can soar like an eagle with this thing.
Which is just a giant ad for Amazon because he even's like, you have to put in a shipment though.
I need you to place an official order on Amazon to activate the drone.
Nuts.
And they like show somebody selecting something and putting it in the cart, and it's like supposed to be subliminal marketing messaging to be like, oh, I should go on Amazon and buy something later. But I hope that they lost subscriptions off this.
I think people signed up to watch it.
They probably did because it's making some buzz. Ice Cube leaves and makes Sandra be in the command seat. He's just like, I'm gonna go.
Okay, I'm out.
Mark is flying the drone, and we get some shitty POV shots as he's flying. Mark's drone gets swatted by the tentacle of the tripod, and they tell a homeless guy in front of them to flip it. To entice the homeless man, they tell him that the government will give him free internet for a year and that he will get a free $1,000 Amazon gift card.
Wait, give him an Amazon gift card for $1,000.
To which the homeless man agrees and flips it, and Mark is back to flying the drone. The drone makes it to the building, and Ice Cube just keeps being like, I need that drone!
I need that drone!
Yeah, and then he's like, well, which way am I going? With his VR headset. Which way am I going? Hello, Mark, come on, I need that drone!
Where's that drone? Mark, I need it now!
So he gets the drone, he's able to plug it in. He's at the door, and he's like, oh, my key card doesn't work. Which every time he scans it, it's 4 stars. 4, like, boop, 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 boop. Right, 4 stars. Like, there's a 4-digit code. He's like, sweetheart, Faith, rewind the footage.
Hey, Faith, rewind the security footage. Try to find the code.
How do I do that?
And she's like, how do I do that? He's like, edit. Go to edit and time playback.
Go to file and click footage playback. See if you can find someone entering the server room.
And she's like, okay. And she just starts like doing it. And then she says, okay, I got the code.
111983.
I'm like, that's a 6-digit code.
Yeah, you definitely want to see him press 4 buttons.
And he presses 4 buttons and then walks inside to where there's like some shitty CG tentacles on the ground. And he immediately gets grabbed and he's like, ah.
No!
And then Dave's like, come on, Pops, you can do it.
Come on, man, you got this. Get up, Dad, get up.
He's on the ground and he's able to put the flash drive in, and he just says, I love you guys. And the cameras all black out, and then basically the code goes across and it kills all the aliens. And the bombers also pull away from the buildings. The bombers who are about to bomb the building, they're sitting there and it's like, it says 3 seconds left on the clock. Oh, would you know for a fact that they were like, with 1 second left, where they're like, oh, that'd be cheesy. Let's make it 3. And I'm like, if you were that close, that bomb would be dropped. If you are 3 seconds above in a bomber that's going what? How fast?
Hundreds of miles an hour.
500, 700 miles an hour. Ice Cube's dead. The building is blown up, is what I want to say.
Well, it's like, how do they know? Because they don't know what's going on in that building.
Yeah, we see the email that Ice Cube sent show up, but we get like an AI montage of like the world is healing. Briggs, who was like the evil white guy earlier, gets arrested. Sandra gets promoted to NASA leader. Faith is a master biologist. Dave is leading a rebellion, and then Ice Cube survived, and he gets a call from the Secretary of Defense, and the president wants to create a new surveillance program for America that doesn't invade people's privacy. Which is so funny.
He wants you to pioneer a new data collecting protocol that doesn't invade people's personal privacy.
And then he says, and then Ice Cube's like, nah, I'm tired of looking at Amazon orders. From now on, I'm watching you guys. And the guy's like, and he shuts it, and that's the end of the movie.
I'm done watching us. From now on, I'm watching you guys.
But the president...
And then literally there's a globe and it says War of the Worlds. When I tell you that this movie felt 4 hours long. It's kind of like a classic bit where it's like, you can't wait for the next morning. So you look at the clock, it says 2:16, and you can like go down and you're like tossing and turning forever. And you kind of like look back and it's 2:17. Oh, that kind of thing. It was that hell. It's honestly, it's made me appreciate Bret Michaels' Rock of Love. True entertainment that I can't wait to get back to. But it's been a long time since we've done like a movie video, and this one felt, it felt worth it.
We had to talk about it.
We had to talk about it. It's so bad, guys. So terrible. Maybe make a drinking game out of it. Every time Ice Cube says damn, if you want to die from alcohol poisoning, every time Ice Cube says damn in the movie, take a drink. Good luck. That's all I gotta say. We will see you in the next one, guys. For the love of God, be careful watching this film. Bye-bye.
Hey!